Greetings. Can I see your ticket? Oh, you don't have one? No problem. Just hit the subscribe button below and come on in. Hello everyone, DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, old subject, but new subject. And again, this has to do with the government shutdown. And as you guys know, we're in day 17 of the new negotiated days. But something I wanted to ask any of you guys, if you noticed, because I did. Did you notice that when the government reopened, and it reopened for the 15 days, did anyone realize that those 15 days coincided with the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day? Think about it. 1 week before the Super Bowl, they somehow or another, everybody got together and decided, let's reopen the government. And, 1 day after Valentine's Day, someone said, okay, if we're going to close it again, let's close it the day after Valentine's Day. Now, when you look at the Super Bowl, that is a major holiday. The Super Bowl is probably as big of a holiday in some cases, in some cities, especially if your teams are playing. But even if your teams are not playing, like mine isn't. Excuse the pun, I had to throw that in there. It's as big as New Year's, big as 4th of July, big as Labor Day. So, of course, the powers that be, the government, would never want to lose those sales for Super Bowl, and they never would want to lose those sales for Valentine's Day. I have a little small wager with a friend that Valentine's Day sales are probably equal to Halloween Day sales. Now, I don't know if I'm going to lose that. I may lose it because Halloween has a longer season, and I didn't think about that when the conversation came up. But when you think about the chocolates, the flowers, the cards, the candy, I said candy, but, the diamonds, all the gifts that are given the restaurant businesses for Valentine's Day. So, of course, those businesses would not want to take that hit. Now, I know some of you guys may say, well, you're stretching it, Dale. I don't think I'm stretching it at all. Because I heard a commercial just a few minutes ago on Fox News. And, okay, yeah, I do listen to Fox News sometimes. Fox News, Fox said, oh, you don't want to, the Super Bowl is coming, and you don't want your bathroom not to be fresh, so you want to make sure you buy Febreze. So the Super Bowl is coming. You don't want your bathroom stinky, so you want to get some air freshener, Febreze, to make sure your bathroom isn't stinky. Because again, the Super Bowl is coming. Now, see, they couldn't have ran that commercial 2 weeks ago. You understand what I'm saying? And here it is, you hear Trump again talking, 17 days left. And if they're not talking about funding the wall, then we're going to have a problem. Which is, hint, hint, wink, wink, this is what's going to happen. Now, again, that's what it sounds like to me. And I will remind you, please, guys, don't be gullible. Do not give these corporates, these corporations who are behind the government. If there ever was a thing such as called deep state, I can assure you head of corporations are part of that deep state. Because obviously they're dictating to the president, in my opinion, okay, when to open the government and when to shut the government back down. Because they don't want to lose not one penny of your hard-earned money. And then once they do that money grab the bag, as they say, they're right back out the door, and you're sitting right there left, hanging, looking like an idiot because you've not planned properly and been taken advantage of again. And at some point, we the people have to stand up and honor the Constitution, the one that we the people wrote to protect us, we the people. And I know some people probably in the hear my voice say, well, we're not those people who are part of it. Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. There were very diverse groups who were involved in a lot of writing and influencing what was written in the Constitution. So before you go that far, I would just hold up and say what, we the people, is for right now, in terms of who not going to have jobs, who are going to be at risk of being in food lines, who are going to be at risk of not having shelter over their heads, who are going to be, at risk of, not having, food to eat. I'm saying income to take care of the basic needs in the winter. In case you guys haven't heard it, there's cities right now today, on this day, January 30th, with wind chill factors all through the middle, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, -50, -40 degrees. What about coats, heaters, all the gloves, all hats, scarves, all those things? If you didn't prepare for the last shutdown, you're probably struggling. You're probably going to the Goodwill store right now, Salvation Army stores right now, hoping to get those supplies. And who knows what is to come, in the middle of February, the end of February, the 1st of March. In many states, that is dead, cold, hardcore winter, etc., etc., etc. I bring this up again, guys, not to scare you, and absolutely not to tell you what to do. Because one thing I know about adults, we don't like anybody telling us what to do. And I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? But also as adults, we have to be wise enough to accept wise counsel. If somebody's saying something that makes sense, then we have to be smart enough, mature enough to say, well, yeah, nobody's going to tell me what to do, but thank you for your suggestion. I think I'm going to do it. So hold on to your resources. Don't let, corporate bullies, who take advantage of, the middle class, the poor, us. Again, rape, excuse that term, steal is a better word, our basic resources from us. And we, again, the people, and I want to say this clearly, need to go back and recognize what that Constitution is all about and then enforce it, meaning that governments and corporations are not supposed to run policy. They're not supposed to dictate policy. That's our jobs. The people in Congress are supposed to be little U's and little me's, or big U's and big me's. They're not them, but that's what they've become. And then the last thing I'll say on this subject, and I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. The last thing I'll say to you is, parents, teach your children about their Bill of Rights. I was in a conversation just recently, and we were talking, and I was asking a young man, teenager, about, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third. He had no clue on those things. And, and why does it matter? It matters because they're the future. That's why it matters. Some of these kids can name every player on the Boston Celtics basketball team and every player on the New Orleans Saints football team. But they can't tell you what the First, Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth Amendment is. That's un-American. Sorry. You say it just like that's un-American. All right? So I'm just challenging you there. Go and ask. If you think I'm incorrect, just do a test. Just go ask them. Hey, what's the Fifth Amendment? What's the 13th Amendment? What's the 15th? What's the second? What's the first? One of the most important. And you may be surprised, what you'll find out. So in closing, I just want to, again, tell you guys, they're duping us. They're duping us again. Open the government for 15 days. You follow me? I'm sorry, 21 days. And those 21 days, inside of those 20 days are two major spending days. The Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. And then coincidentally, they close it the day after Valentine's. Make sure they get every penny that they can get from you and then screw you over again. So all you government workers out there and all you individuals who are subsidized by government workers, including you that work in these retail industries, because if they don't have SNAP and they don't have all these other resources, they're going to lay you off. They're not going to keep you around until things get better. You're going to be out of a job too. You'll be right over there at the unemployment line. So think about it. Be smart about it. Keep your resources. Keep your money in your pocket. You follow me? I'm not saying don't watch the game. If you want to watch it, watch it. But I wouldn't be, spending hundreds of dollars on beer and all kind of other things, celebrating, when I know just a week ago they wouldn't have cared whether or not you had water on your table. And now they want to sell you, their beer and potato chips. I'd be damned. All right. And I did say that was the end, right, guys? Well, this is really the end. New York State. Here, let me say it this way. It's a crime to throw a can out of your car window. It's illegal. It's illegal to go in the forest and just chop down a tree. It's illegal. It's illegal to hit an animal, kick a dog. It's illegal. Should be. But it's not illegal to kill a baby in the third trimester while the mother is dilating on the delivery table with the consent of a physician, doctor, and the parent. This law just got passed in New York the other day. Lit up the One Trade building. Government boasting and bragging about it. Virginia now, the Commonwealth of Virginia is voting on it. And yet there were people out there saying, oh, that's not true. Go back and find out. Better yet, go turn your television on. Some of you guys have recorders. Go back to Fox News Morning. Not promoting Fox News because just like CNN, that's the other end of the table. But they said it again clearly. And they asked the lady, you're saying if she's on that table and she's dilating, can she have an abortion? And the woman, the person who was defending the right to have she struggled and struggled. She had a hard time, answering the questions she was being asked by that judge. And finally came out. Yes, she can. No, you shouldn't. Love you guys. DFG, talk to you soon.